I remember when our daughter was born. It was joy like we had never experienced before. It was also sleep deprivation like we had never experienced before. It was rough, particularly the first week. I remember one of the days I woke up one morning around 6 a.m. or so tired, and I looked over to my wife and I said, "Are you up? How are you doing?" And she had apparently been up for a little while, and she said, "I can't believe you said that." To which I said, "What did I say?" And she said, "You don't remember?" And I said, "No." And she said, "You really don't remember?" And I said, "Well, what happened?" And she said, "Well, last night, for most of the night, she had been rocking the baby, and around 3:30 or so, she looked at me and tapped my shoulder several times and said, 'Babe, I've been holding the baby all night and feeding her. Can we switch?' And to which apparently I then rolled over, looked her in the eye, and I said, I don't know if this was a piece of advice or a threat, but I said, 'It's better for everyone if I sleep.'" And man, that was just not the right thing to say, right? I mean, she had been working so hard, and we were supposed to do this together, and I clearly missed the mark there. And the worst part was I had no idea that I said that, right? I don't remember that I said that. When we go through life, there are many things that we don't remember. There are small things like dates and places, or maybe restaurants we went to or something, or the fact that Michael Jordan dominated the landscape of the NBA in the 1990s. There are lots of little things that we forget from time to time, but there are also more significant things, bigger things that we forget. Perhaps there are milestones or significant conversations, relationships, people, and perhaps even God. And the Old Testament is aware of our human tendency to forget God in key seasons of our life, or various seasons of our life. And there's a word in Hebrew that kind of redirects us back to God, and that word is the word to remember. And that word in Hebrew is zakar, which means to remember, to recall, to bring to mind, to be mindful of, or even to recite, to remember and to recite. And you might say, well, what does remembering have to do with reciting? Remember, this is an oral culture, and so a lot of how you remembered is how you recite, and a lot of how you recite as well because you remember. And Psalm 73:11, I love this. It says this: "I will remember," aka recite, aka tell the stories of the deeds of the Lord. Yes, I will remember, aka recite, aka tell stories of your miracles of long ago. We're in a season right now where we're so focused on the present, and it makes sense because our present reality is disrupted. Or we're so focused on what is to come, the uncertainty of the future, which makes sense because, well, the future, our future plans, hopes, aspirations, dreams are disrupted. But what if you took a break and you focused on the past? What if you took a break and you remembered? What if you remembered the goodness of God, the love of God, the faithfulness of God that has showed up time and time in our lives, the God who gave and forgave and loved and rescued and provided and guided in so many seasons of our life. I'm willing to bet that if you were to take a black light and scan your life, you would see the fingerprints of God's goodness and God's presence in various parts and seasons of your life. When we remember God across our life, we remember that the same God who guided is actually guiding and will continue to guide. The same God who loved is loving us right now and will continue to love us. The same God who walked with us then is walking with us now and will continue to walk with God. We get a complete picture when we remember. So what if you took a break and you remembered?